But assuming hundreds of people show up to Grand Park, it will be interesting to see if people disperse.
To infinity and beyond.
All right, let's go ahead and get a check now on the forecast. Meteorologist Dallas Raines here with more of what you need to know. Hi, Dallas.
Thank you, Michelle and Mark, and good afternoon, everyone. Well, right now we're looking live from our studios here in Glendale. Of course, it's very, very smoky outside from that fire that was started in the foothills of Burbank. So, however, we don't have any strong winds, thank goodness, this time of the year. Winds are light out of the south, Glendale at 80, and look at that humidity at 48%. So firefighters love those types of conditions. Down at Malibu, skies are clear. It's been great down at the coast today. Now, the marine layer clouds have hung around in a few areas. That includes OC. I was noticing today right along the coast from just about Laguna Beach down to San Clemente. And then another batch has moved in just about the last hour down in the southern portions of the South Bay. Now, if you're inland today, it is warm, 89 out at Santa Clarita. Riverside, you're at 90 degrees. I'm going to bump those Riverside temperatures up, especially as we head toward the weekend. Now, remember, this time of the year, especially out in the foothill communities and up here around Santa Clarita, we do see productions of ozone developing, and that is what this is right here. It's not hazardous, but it is unhealthful, but this will be dissipating a little bit later on tonight. Ozone is produced with the sunshine. So therefore, as the sun goes down, that will improve. That dome of high pressure is located just offshore as I draw this for you. Of course, the wind's circulating around this high in a clockwise manner. The good news about this high, as it tracks over the next 2 or 3 days, it's going to end up just about over Tucson, Arizona. But that is going to be close enough that this weekend will be quite warm in the valley location. So the high gets in this position, the temperatures go up, but it's not a heat wave. Here's the forecast for tomorrow. If you're traveling up to Mammoth, I have 81, Vegas 107 coming up on Wednesday afternoon. And then as you can see, all the weather stays to the north. Portland and Seattle cool off, but it's not going to happen here in Southern California. Our temperatures will continue to rise as we head toward the weekend, but very slowly. That's the good news there. Overnight lows tonight are still comfortable out there. Glendale at 61 degrees tonight. Smoky there, 63 in Apple Valley. And if you're going to be out in the IE tonight, you will cool off nicely after highs today in the low 90s. Tomorrow, that's the warmest area as we stay about 91 to 95 out there. Still cool along the coastal plain, though, with that marine layer influence. You're going to love that. Nice little sea breeze coming in at Huntington Beach, 71, 89 out at Northridge. Here's 7-day forecast then. Temperatures downtown and inland coastal Orange County remain about 81 to 82. The warmest weather will be this weekend, but only a few degrees warmer. Then a cool down occurs next Tuesday as that big dome of high pressure begins to weaken, and that will allow a better sea breeze even for the valleys. Hottest temperatures of the valleys, Saturday and Sunday, and that's in the warmer areas from Woodland Hills out towards San Bernardino. A lot of sunshine and very little marine layer, especially this weekend. We will not see that. But at the beaches, you will have it. Temperatures running in the low 70s. We'll bump it up a little bit on Saturday and Sunday. Also, as I promised yesterday, surfers, we may be getting a swell from the southern hemisphere on Saturday. We'll look maybe 3 to 6, holding off for that. A lot of clouds at the beaches, but some afternoon sun. The mountains are clear and sunny. It's beautiful up there. Still relatively cool at night in the upper 40s, but afternoon highs remain in the low to mid 80s. As far as the deserts go, you will not see any cooling until next Tuesday at the end of the 7-day period, reaching 112 out at Palm Springs on Sunday. So it's typical June weather, but as we head toward the weekend, we'll see less of that marine layer, Mark and Michelle.
I don't really like committing to things. I'm scared. But when Verizon announced that I could lock in a low price for 3 years, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Can you hear me now?
Mayor Bass, I know that you're saying that some of the violence that we've seen, the chaos later in the evenings, that it's only limited to a few streets, but it does seem to be ramping up. There was a lot of looting last night spreading to other parts of downtown LA. I know you've said that the solution is to stop the raids, but the federal government has said that's not going to happen. What is your plan to bring calm to the city?
Well, first of all, when I say a few streets, I don't mean that to mean like it's very small, because the vandalism, especially the graffiti, has happened kind of outside of that. But nevertheless, I'm trying to counter the image that this is happening all over our city, because it is not. And so we do want law enforcement to respond aggressively. Anybody that is out committing crimes are not doing it in solidarity with immigrants. They are doing the exact opposite. So we have to enforce the law here. I'm going to continue advocating with the federal government, though, to see how disruptive this is. But there needs to be a call that says this is unacceptable, and if you engage in this behavior, you will be prosecuted. Now, we're looking at things like curfews. We're looking at other aggressive response that we can have in case this violence breaks out again.
Do you think there will be a curfew? And wouldn't you say that the LAPD is being aggressive?
Well, I do think that they are, but I do think that we need to be in terms of prevention. And I don't mean aggressive in terms of engaging with the crowd, but there's things that you can do to prevent. So I had a brief conversation with the chief this morning about a curfew. So we will be meeting about that later on today. And that's the type of aggressive tactic I was referring to.
You know, sometimes my life can be a little crazy. That's why when you find stability, you gotta grab it and hold on to it. Like how Verizon just lets you lock in a low price for 3 years, even if you're already a customer. Is that even real? That's not just for me. And they give you a free phone on any plan. Who's doing that? Nobody. Come on, what's better than that? Probably nothing. Yeah, nothing.
So exactly who are the people ICE is arresting in these raids, and just how many are violent criminals?
7 on Your Side investigates, verifying the backgrounds of some of the names ICE has provided to us. Eyewitness News investigative reporter Kevin Osbeck live in our newsroom now to share what we've uncovered. Kevin.
All right, Mark and Michelle, the most controversial part of this administration's immigration policy is that they are also rounding up and deporting nonviolent, undocumented immigrants. So who is it that ICE has been targeting these past few days here in LA? Violent criminals or just hardworking migrants? Well, it appears to be a combination of both. And 7 on Your Side investigates has spent the day trying to verify what ICE is telling us.
Dozens arrested, but who are they? One person now in ICE custody is 49-year-old Kung Chon Phan. The feds say the Vietnamese national's criminal history includes second-degree murder. We confirm that through both court records.
I heard 8 gunshots.
And our own archives. Eyewitness News was there in 1994 when police say Kung committed the crime in the San Marino home.
3 cars pulled up in front of this home. 8 to 12 teenage gang members emerged from the cars, and at least 3 of them began firing randomly at people attending the party.
ICE also gave us the name and rap sheet of 44-year-old Armando Ordaz of Mexico. We confirmed his criminal history does in fact include rape, sexual battery, and petty theft. But ICE has released to us so far just about 24 names of those with a violent past. Meanwhile,
Oscar, Uriel, Lazaro.
District 14 Council member Isabel Jurado is reading the names of those arrested Friday at Ambiance, a garment district warehouse, who she says were just hard-working migrants.
These men aren't criminals. They're garment workers.
And this man we met outside a Home Depot in Whittier, who says ICE cuffed him, seems to back up that ICE agents aren't targeting only those with a violent history. They eventually saw that I had a green card, he told us. And then he says one of the agents said, hey, let him go.
All right, and when it comes to the names with criminal history ICE has given us, I did ask the agency today if they could tell us where they were arrested, and that's so we can see if they were arrested in these raids we've been covering or if they were picked up in their homes because they were already known to ICE. The agency told us it is unable to provide any further comment. Live in the newsroom, Kevin Osbeck, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Kevin.
my moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. With Skyrizi, feel symptom relief at 4 weeks. Many people were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 3 years.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Skyrizi.
For the last time, they ride. Not just for the miles, but for the memories, the lives lost, and the hopes that carried a community through its darkest days of the AIDS epidemic.
This is about ending AIDS, ending stigma, coming together in this beautiful community that is full of love and raising money for an amazing cause.
This is Jessica Fisher's 10th year riding in the AIDS life cycle. She's prepared to pedal out once more, this time alongside her wife. AIDS Life Cycle is a 7-day, 545-mile journey from San Francisco to Los Angeles, raising money for HIV/AIDS services provided by the San Francisco AIDS Foundation and the Los Angeles LGBTQ Center.
I work in HIV research. This is the kind of stuff that makes it possible for me to do the things that I'm doing.
Writers say they're also motivated by recent federal funding cuts under the Trump administration. Cuts expected to affect HIV research, treatment, and prevention.
With everything going on, we always need to show up for our communities, and really, it starts with the individual person.
Last Sunday, more than 2,500 cyclists and volunteers gathered at the Cow Palace in San Francisco. It was a moment of celebration of how far the ride has come and the impact it's made.
After more than 30 years and $300 million raised, we are sunsetting this iconic event, and we are celebrating all of the progress that has been made collectively by our movement.
Along the way, riders faced literal uphill battles, celebrating each other's victories along the way.
We just made it to one of my most excitement moments, which is like climbing all the quadbuster.
There was also the emotional moments that stood out. Paul Santello recalls the testimony of several transgender riders.
They spoke very candidly about how scared they were, but how they felt very loved in this community, and it was just really touching.
The ride also celebrates love, joy, and for some, family bonds.
I think it's a really fantastic thing that I'm able to do this with my dad and with my partner and do it proudly and have a great time.
The best thing about the AIDS life cycle is the time that we all spent together.
With more than 500 miles behind them, Pollux Lopez documented the final moments of the ride.
7 days ago, we were in San Francisco, and now we are here in LA. Has been an amazing journey.
The ride, born in the shadows of crisis, now ending on a sunny day in Santa Monica.
We have honored so many people, so many that we have lost. We've lifted up the lives of so many that couldn't be out here with us.
The decision to end the ride comes amid rising costs and declining participation.
While the ride ends here, the fight doesn't.
The ride may be over, but the finish line, a world without AIDS or HIV, is still ahead. Leticia Juarez, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
My Zen garden wasn't comforting enough, so I added peanut butter M&Ms.
So creamy.
And comforting. Hey, leave my Zen garden alone!
Well, that's not very Zen of you.
I'm a work in progress. Peanut butter M&Ms.
Let's get up, let's get up, let's get up, 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 up. Here comes the summer, let it shine down on me. 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 Welcome back, it's good to see you again. I've been missing the love and hugs, my family and friends. The feel of the warm sun, the cool breeze. I wanna have some fun and I gotta be free. Yeah! Here comes the summer, let it shine down on me. Shine down on me. Let's get up, get together, let's make memories. Here comes the summer, let it shine down on me. Let's get up, get together, and make memories. Come on, y'all. Are you ready? Let's go explore our city by the daylight. Later on, we'll dance away the night. It's been forever since we got a chance to be spontaneous, to make some plans. Yeah. Here comes the summer.
From Hollywood, ABC7 welcomes you to the LA Pride Parade, sponsored by McDonald's.
Hello and welcome to LA Pride 2025, presented by McDonald's. We're in the heart of Hollywood, live on ABC7 and streaming live on Hulu and ABC News Live. The streets are already lined with the people. They're claiming the best viewing spots for this amazing parade. And what a gorgeous day. It's June gloom, but it's anything but gloomy here in Hollywood. It's absolutely perfect. I'm Ellen Leyva along with Jubinitas from ABC News and my colleague Colleen Sullivan from ABC7. And happy Pride. I can't believe we're here.
It's a perfect day for a parade. It really is. It really is. This is my second year here. I am so honored to be here. 55 years, though, and running, because this is the longest running Pride celebration. It's also the nation's first legally permitted Pride celebration in the country. Pretty incredible.
We are so lucky to be here.
We really
love being here with you, too.
And we have you all covered. You're going to see it all. We have cameras all along the parade route. We have a drone flying overhead to capture it all. We also have our awesome reporters out there. We're joined by reporters Kevin Ozebek, Sophie Flay, and David Gonzalez. They will help introduce us to the people who help make LA Pride such a joyful event. Hi.
What do you say we take a look at this year's LA Pride Parade route? It starts at Sunset, and then it marches up Highland, where it takes a right turn on Hollywood, and then it rolls all the way to Cahuenga, where it makes a final right turn heading back to Sunset Boulevard.
Ooh, and a little bit later, thousands will gather at the LA Pride Village. It's taking over Hollywood Boulevard. Starts over at Argyle, runs through Gower, ends just before Bronson. There's a food court, there's music, there's all kinds of entertainment, and it runs all the way through 8 p.m. tonight.
And we really had a really special event that happened just before we came on the air. There was a blessing ceremony held by Indigenous Pride LA. It was really special. The contingent is comprised of a number of local Indigenous groups and organizations. And here's a bit of history. Hollywood and the surrounding regions of Southern California, they're all part of the ancestral homelands of a number of Indigenous peoples and tribes, all living here long before European settlers arrived. And we want to thank Indigenous Pride LA for this special blessing ceremony today.
Well, it's time to get this parade rolling for real, and we start with the motorcycle contingent for equality. Roll us off every single time.
Yeah, I think we hear them off in the distance. This group of motorcycle riders, they always get the LA Pride Parade going and roaring up, throttled up, right? Let's go to Sophie Flay, who's right there with the group. Hey, Soph.
Hey guys, yeah, I am with an LA Pride Parade OG. Marna Dietschy is the leader of the motorcycle contingent. Marna, you've been doing this for 40 years. How does it feel to be out here today?
Wow, it feels so wonderful. But first, I want to thank ABC News, because you folks have always been so supportive of the gay community. In fact, just equality in general, you've been so supportive. Yeah, I have been involved in the community. I've been working with Pride Parades for about 40 years. The motorcycle contingent off and on for about 30 years. I know how hard it is to put on these parades and these festivals. I know the pain and I know the fear, but I also know the elation that you feel when you realize you have helped someone become their true, authentic self. And then that person feels good about themselves, goes out, spreads that feeling. That's what we need more of. All right, and so for that reason, I want to put a spotlight on all the people who have organized these prides for all these 55 years. But especially this year, as we face a very special challenge, Pride parades all over the country are losing their funding. In fact, you folks did a story on it on your morning news show yesterday. Sponsors are pulling out of Pride parades everywhere. So we need you, the people, to stand up, contact your local Pride, find out how to support it. In fact, that's what Pride should be about. It is about the people, not so much about the corporations and the businesses. But in order to achieve that, we need the people. Remember, Pride began over 55 years ago by people just struggling to survive. And LA Pride has been a queer-run organization for all these 55 years, and that is so important. And because of all of this, we march. We march for gay rights. We march for all human rights. We march for your rights whether you were born in this country or immigrated. We march.
Marna, well said. What a powerful message. What do you say we get this thing going?
I think let's do this.
Let's do it, right? All right.
You're going to get on MJ, right?
Yep. Guys, I've never been on a motorcycle before, so.
Jeez. Now's the time, Sophie.
Sorry if I look like a rookie.
She looks like a rookie. She needs to look more
go. Now I'm ready. Let's do it. Here we go. LA Pride Parade.
And now it is officially on the go here, huh?
Sure is. I love the sound of that every time.
Look at the flags. Look at the decorations.
Sophie looks great on that motorcycle.
Oh, the crowd is going wild. There is so much more coming up here on the LA Pride Parade right here on ABC7 and ABC News Live.
This is the LA Pride Parade presented by McDonald's. We'll be right back.
Everyone, where you can shine bright and love loud. So whoever you are and wherever you are, you belong. Happy Pride.
All right, welcome back. We are in the full swing of the parade. This year's parade theme is Pride Marches On. And the parade honors the tenacity, the resilience of the LGBTQ plus community in Los Angeles. They are strong, they are loud, they are very proud. And this parade will also pay tribute to the area's first responders, relief organizations, and so many others who stepped up during the destructive Eaton and Palisades wildfires in January. And we will certainly be seeing many of them in our parade today.
We will, and right there, please welcome this leadoff contingent right here from Indigenous Pride LA. You remember Colleen talking about this at the beginning of the show. They held a special blessing ceremony, so special for this parade, just before we began the broadcast. This is LA's only pride organization that celebrates Two-Spirit, Indigenous, queer, and Indigenous LGBTQ identities and heritage, and they are leading this LA Pride Parade today. Look at those.
And between the percussions and those costumes, it is always such a colorful, beautiful sight to see.
You know, they go to a lot of different events in the community. At one of my son's water polo tournaments in Commerce, they were there to show their how often they practice, they perform. They're always highlighting special days on their calendars, and they just share it. It's wonderful to see. And you just said it, Alan, just those costumes. They're
really
impressive.
Spectacular.
Absolutely. They always take place at the Mexican Independence Day Parade, too. They're always
That's
out
right.
there. We're going to check in with Kevin Ozebek, who's down there on the parade route. What you got there, Kevin?
Hey, Ali, you know one of the best things about covering Pride is meeting all the wonderful people you see out on the parade route and all their stories, not just from across Southern California, but people are coming from all over. Hey, take a look at Emmett. Emmett caught our attention. Can we just have a look at his get up here? What a suit, what an umbrella. Emmett, you came in from Venice. Why did you want to be here today?
Because everybody needs to understand that love is love. No matter who you are, you deserve respect, and diversity makes the world go round.
Yes, and hey guys, if you come out to the parade, be careful. These things are spinning, so you do have to be aware of Emmett's umbrella. So,
happy Pride, everyone.
Yeah, you gotta love it. All the happiness out here. Everyone's having a great time. Colleen, Ellen, Gio, back to you three.
All right, and Kevin, from you, let's go to Sophie Flay. What you got down there on the parade route now that this is really going here?
Yeah, guys, we've got some parade goers from Topanga. Okay, this is your second Pride, and you brought some friends this time. How does it feel to be out here?
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I love this more than anything. Such a beautiful celebration of queer joy, honestly.
For you guys, it's your first time. What does it feel like being out here seeing the parade?
It feels amazing.
It's just so exciting and wonderful to have everyone being their truly authentic selves.
That's what it's all about, right? Being your true authentic self. We love to hear it. Thank you guys for coming out. We'll send it back to you guys. Happy Pride.
Oh, that's great, Sophie. And you're also hearing the Gay Freedom Band again.
Yeah.
We heard them at the top of the show, but they are just a fabulous group of people. They were founded in 1978 to lead the LA Pride Parade event then.
Oh, that is amazing. And you see that giant lipstick. MAC Cosmetics is moving by.
Oh, I love it. Well, anybody who knows MAC, anyone who has decided to go to a MAC counter, you know they're here. They're here again. They definitely have colorful displays. You know, this MAC was founded in 1984 by makeup artist and photographer Frank Thompson and salon owner Frank Angelo. MAC Cosmetics was created as a brand that would provide color for everyone. I don't know if you remember this. You go to department stores. There was always these perfect counters, these perfect cosmetic women who worked behind the counters. And then you had MAC. They had transgender people. They had gay people. They had men wearing so much makeup. They brought it. They were so authentic. Let's go down to David Gonzalez, who is with some very special guests right now. David?
Hey guys, yeah, right now I'm being joined by, of course, the people that protect and serve the city of Los Angeles. We're being joined by Commander Shannon Paulson. Obviously, you guys brought out the car that's decked out for Pride. How many people do you think you have out here today?
We have a couple dozen personnel from the LAPD. We expected more. There would have been more, but unfortunately, deployment needs in the other areas of the city.
Obviously, there's a lot happening in the city right now, but how important is it to show Pride, show the community the important thing that comes out of Pride, that we are one?
Absolutely. And LAPD has been participating in Pride for several decades.